Yeah. Damn, man. What's going on, everybody? We're going to talk about trainers today. Have you ever had a trainer that just ain't cutting the mustard? That isn't teaching you anything? Or have you ever had a trainer that you're just not comfortable with? I get this question all the time about what should I do with my trainer? He ain't teaching me anything. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel safe. He's always sleeping. He doesn't let me back. He just tells me to drive straight. Listen, if you, I don't, look, I'm very, I got this look on my face because I get this question all the time. If you have a trainer that isn't training you, get another trainer. Do not be afraid to call your dispatcher or student dispatcher or whatever they call it at whatever company you're at. Get another trainer. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, you're coming into the game, you're new, you're nervous, whatever. You're not, you know, you and your trainer aren't going to, like, you know, hit it. You guys aren't going to drive, like, perfectly, obviously. But if the situation is that bad where he's not teaching you and he's not, you know, giving you the proper guidance, you need to get another trainer. Yes, it's going to prolong your training and all this other crap. But if it comes down to it where it's that bad, you need to get another trainer. You see, there's been many horror stories out there where student and trainer, things went bad. Okay? And that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable that these guys are getting out here, getting released from training, okay, or certified or whatever they would call it at the company that you're at, and they're out on the road by themselves now, nervous as shit. You shouldn't be that nervous when you get out of training. You should be confident. You should be ready to go. You should be excited. These guys are getting out here making wrong turns, you know, using their GPS and, oh, I didn't do this in training or whatever. No. If your trainer is not teaching you the proper stuff, you need to get another trainer. But also this, guys and ladies, you need to be asking questions. You need to be asking your trainer questions constantly. Hey, what do I do in a situation with this? Or what happens if this happens? Or, you know, just keep rattling his brain. See, that's why he's a trainer. He should be qualified enough to know how to operate the truck safely. Now, you see, this is a touchy subject for a lot of people, a lot of companies, because a lot of companies nowadays only require the driver to have X amount of experience himself. 6 months, 9 months, whatever it is, because a lot of companies are hurting for trainers. A lot of companies are, like, they're backlogged with students because they have no trainers to train them. So they're shortening up the experience time for these drivers so they can become trainers. And a lot of guys, well, I don't want to say a lot, but some drivers see training as an opportunity just to make more money. Okay? Where, you know, the trainer will just sit in the bunk or sit in the jump seat and not teach. Can't do that. You cannot do that. You need to be asking questions as a student. You need to be always thinking about the next question to ask him. The trainer needs to be doing the same thing. He needs to be telling you stories of situations. Hey, this is how to get in and out of this situation. Hey, this particular truck stop in this particular state. Filling your mind with information. That way when you get out there on the road, you're like, oh yeah, I remember he was saying something about a situation like this. And that way you could make a judgment decision that'll hopefully get you through that situation safely. You know, especially with safety. Safety is key out here, people. If you're going through training and you're not sure, you have to ask the questions. If you don't ask the questions and you get out here on your own and you get put in a position or a situation where it's you know, a life or death situation, like if it's snowing and the roads are slippery or whatever, and a car cuts in front of you and you slam on the brakes, now you're sliding, what do I do? Oh my God. You need to know what to do in those situations. You need to know that if a car cuts in front of you and you slam on your brakes and the tires lock up, what's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. 9 out of 10 times, your trailer is going to come around and smack you in the face. It's called jackknife. You need to know that in a situation where a car cuts in front of you, you need to try and move out of the way first and slow down carefully. Because if you slam on the brakes, I don't care if you're in a car or a truck, you slam on the brakes in a slippery road condition situation, it's bad news for everybody, especially if you're in an 80,000-pound missile. These are questions you got to ask. You know, hey, what about toll booths? What about truck stops? What about this? What about that? I did so many videos when I first started to document what I went through. I encourage you guys to go through and take a look at some of my old videos from 6 years ago when I first started. Look at the pre-trip videos. Look at all the backing videos. Trip planning videos. Those are the important ones. A lot of reasons why I'm seeing a lot of guys that are coming into the industry now and not making it through their first year is because they lack the knowledge of trip planning and time management. Those are the first two big things. After that, it's, you know, maintaining, you know, money and being able to deal with being away from family and stuff like that. But the two big things that I'm noticing and hearing a lot of questions from is trip planning and time management. Because once you figure out your trip planning and time management, you can focus on the other stuff. You know, learning the roads, learning situations, how to make tight right turns and stuff like that in you know, cities and stuff, you know. So look, guys and gals, don't be afraid to ask your dispatcher or speak to safety, somebody in the safety department, and say, hey, you know, this trainer hasn't trained me. You know, don't be afraid, oh man, you don't want to get him in trouble, or oh my God, I don't want to make myself look any, you know, different, or I don't want to look like a baby or whatever. No, if it's that bad to where you're concerned about your safety, get another trainer. I mean, you have to really think about it. I mean, is he training me, or is it that he's not training me? Is it a safety issue? See, because all trainers, some of them just aren't going to really go the extra mile to train you. But like I said, if it comes down to a situation where it's like a safety thing, where you just feel it in your gut that you're not comfortable with that trainer, get another trainer. Request to get off the truck, get off the truck, get another trainer. It ain't worth risking his life, your life, and then, you know, your life down the road when you get your own truck and you get released from training without being properly trained. Okay? I don't care what company you're with. It does not matter. Get another trainer. Seriously. I mean, I could go on about this subject for hours and tell you guys all types of horror stories. You know? It's just not worth it. If you feel it in your gut, it ain't working, something ain't right, get another trainer. Don't be afraid. Your first 6 months in the game are the most important. If you don't nail down the training aspect, how are you going to focus on all the other stuff? How are you going to grow and learn with all the other stuff? See, because some of this stuff you have to learn on your own. You have to learn once you get out there on your own. You're not going to learn it all in training. But training is there so that you can get the basics down, the fundamentals. And once you get out there on your own is when you really start to hone in on your own skills and learn and grasp things. The training is only there to give you the guidance to get through it. You know, to get through the first year or two, is once you figure out and get the experience. But if you're not being trained right, you're not going to be able to succeed. Simple as that. Anyway, go back and look at some of my older videos. Go click in the... I'll put a link in the description box to a couple of playlists that I have, some backing videos and pre-trip videos and stuff like that. But I encourage you guys to go back and look at the old videos. You'll see a ton of information, a ton of situations that I was in. But be safe, good luck, and don't be afraid to ask for another trainer.